Welcome to Greenville, North Carolina, where these two AAC foes match. It's the SMU Mustangs at 2-4 want to bounce back after a tough loss Wednesday. The East Carolina Pirates have dropped 3 straight, and 2 of the league favorites coming into the year want a big result on this Sunday afternoon. Welcome inside Minji's Arena here in Greenville, North Carolina with the longtime coach, Debbie Taylor. I'm EvanBudrovich. Only 10 active for SMU today. Injuries abound, and this could be a war of attrition. East Carolina lost its 2 point guards for the year. So, Debbie, how do these two programs find success tonight?
You know, it's unfortunate that injuries are an inevitable part of college basketball, and these teams have both been hit hard as of late. So it's going to be the players on the bench that they're going to have to rely on. We should be ready to step in and take on these minutes, and we'll really see which players for which team are ready to step up quicker.
SMU's led by a stud senior guard, second in the league in scoring, Tierra Young. How does Young carry the Mustangs today?
She's the reigning American Conference 6th Player of the Year. She's a graduate transfer with great experience, and she's making a huge impact during her first season for the Mustang, averaging over 18 points a game. She had 38 points and 15 rebounds in their double overtime win recently. She can just flat out score. She loves to attack the rim. She currently ranks 3rd in the country in free throws attempted.
Young is excellent, 18 points a game. That's number 2 in the league, coming by Houston. And East Carolina led by a steals machine in Danae McNeil. How does she help the Pirates today?
She's got a lot of weight to carry in light of the injuries, but the Pirates grad student is the reigning American Conference Defensive Player of the Year, but she's equally skilled on both sides of the ball. She leads East Carolina in scoring and ranks 5th in the country in steals per game and 10th on the Pirates' all-time steal list. For both these players, they're going to be asked to carry a much heavier load in light of the recent injuries.
McNeil is 13 points away from 1,000 in her East Carolina career, and that steal mark now in the top 10 in program history in only 2 years. Excellent defensively. A top 5 scoring offense in the American and SMU, and the number 1 ranked scoring defense in East Carolina. Strength versus strength, and it's the Pirates starting with the basketball. Noted in the open, 2 starting point guards out for the year in Sania Johnson and Micah Dennis. So Karina Gordon, the true freshman, here she is operating Kim McNeil's offense. And right away, Morgan Mosley, the corner 3.
SMU comes out in a 2-3 zone, and Morgan Mosley, the senior who was inserted into the starting lineup last game, comes up big. Here's
the Grady White Boats lineup. Keep an eye on Amir Abdur-Rahim, excellent post player, double-double on average. And an opening miss for 3 from Chandler. Maya Chandler, 5th straight start, has emerged in conference play for Coach Toyelle Wilson. And here's Kim McNeil starting 5. Morgan Mosley, back-to-back games in the lineup after scoring 15 on Wednesday. And Gordon with 2 early threes. How about the hot start from 3?
Well, Gordon is a shooter. She was recruited to be a shooter, and she's had to step in and assume these point guard responsibilities, but you cannot forget about her at the top of the key because she can knock it down.
East Carolina entered this game 28% for 3. Bradley down low. Nice find. And Young off on her first shot.
East Carolina plays a 3-2 matchup zone. SMU staying in a 2-3 zone. We're going to see a lot of zone today, Evan. It'll be fun to see how these teams choose to attack it.
Right now, it's 2 triples for East Carolina. Here's Danae McNeil, top 5 scorer in the conference, finds Gordon. And she rattles one out. 3 good looks for the Pirates early.
I like running that play for Gordon, though, to get her off the top and set her up for a 3. Way to run the floor for the Mustangs, but unable to convert.
Abdur-Rahim with the miss right at the doorstep.
East Carolina with the good ball movement, finding Morgan Mosley in the corner and then finding Karina Gordon up top. Back-to-back 3s to start the game.
Against the zone, shooting is so important. The Pirates enter this game bottom 5 in the league in shooting. Today, though, 2 for 3 start.
The Pirates have such a strong post presence, and it's a nice inside-out look.
As Gordon steps out of bounds. How, as a coach, do you match the zone? How do you find offense against these defenses?
I'll tell you, the easiest way to beat a zone is to beat it down the floor. And if you can do that, not let it set up, it makes life an awful lot easier. Both these teams love the transition game, but against the zone, you have to swing the ball side to side. You have to use shot fakes. You have to use ball fakes. You have to screen it. You have to use the high post. Lots of tactics. We'll see what both these teams are able to do.
Nice ball inside. Bradley lost it. And this was a common thread on Wednesday. SMU trailed 10-0 in the first 4 minutes, and Toya Wilson noted we have to avoid turnovers in that slow start. It's been difficult here early.
Yeah, she's really key on her team getting out of the gate early, getting to a good start. They've been really slow to start. First and third quarter have not been their best. She really wants them to play a better first quarter. There's Danae McNeil with the pull-up jump shot.
Pirates have missed 2 straight shots. Toya Wilson noted even changing the pregame routine, the organization, everything was put on the whiteboard this week. How to get the team to start fast.
Well, when you're missing some key players, you're playing on the road. It's just never easy playing on the road. We get a foul on the floor right there as Mai Joyner attacks off the inbounds, and she's got some versatility to her game. Coaching staff really wants to see Mai do a better job finishing around the rim, but you know, last season's Freshman of the Year in the American, she's a star.
Finished 3 assists shy of a triple-double on Wednesday. Right now, though, it's the 2 threes for the Pirates. McNeil, tough look. That's her bread and butter in the lane.
She is so good taking the ball with the dribble to her left and pulling up and shooting with her right. Just so smooth.
The shot clock did not start. Right now, if you're SMU, Debbie, this 8-0 hole after this bucket.
You see Danae McNeil, how she gets her shoulders square to the basket and how she just elevates and has that soft, beautiful touch on that jump shot. You don't see that very often.
Abdul-Rahim, nice look. That one bounces in.
And that's exactly where the Mustangs want to get the ball against the matchup zone and create some options. The back line's got to come up and play it. If you have somebody who can knock down that shot, it creates some problems.
Nice find, good tip. Talia Weish keeps it for the Pirates. Now a steal. Bradley. Tough move, that's out. Morgan Mosley, the senior, on the board, and then threw it away.
Morgan Mosley, she's one of the glue players, and she usually comes off the bench, plays her role, but she was inserted into the starting line at the last game and responded with 15 points. She crashes the board, she takes charges. I like her in this role. She's a leader. She's one of the most experienced players for East Carolina.
Great shot block by Weish down low, and Mosley in the lineup the last 2 games. Kim McNeil noting her effort on the court.
East Carolina does a great job, one of the top in the league, blocking shots. As you see 6'2" Weish get out there on that. She almost got a hand on that one too, but ability to alter shots with their length. East Carolina pretty long in every position.
Holding SMU to 1 of 7 shooting.
Both these teams losing 3 of their last 4 games, and as you said in the open, Evan, is Mosley's at it again.
3rd 3 for East Carolina. Timeout, SMU. The threes are falling here in Greenville. Pirates up 9 early in this first quarter.
I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
This series is dead even. Go back to last year, an overtime thriller in Dallas, Texas. SMU led by 20 at the break, and East Carolina came storming back. Although it was SMU pulling it off in the closing seconds of overtime back on January 14th of last year. Ella Brow, who's out today, had the game-winning assist right there. What a battle with Danae McNeil cooking for the Pirates. A lot of new faces on these teams. But last year, that was quite a battle early in the year. And here in this game, a little different story, Debbie. East Carolina entered at 25% for three. Now it was SMU who had the early lead last year. This season, Debbie, what a start, 3 of 4 for three for the Pirates.
And this is what Coach Wilson was afraid of, her team not getting out of the gate early. But how about Morgan Mosley, second game in the starting lineup, now playing the top of the matchup, a key position in the defense. That's a great call off the whiteboard out of that timeout.
Shantae Embry, the zone breaker with the layup, her first minutes out of Texas Tech, a transfer. Same 5 for the Pirates. McNeil blows by for the layup. Much more aggressive Danae McNeil early, Debbie.
Graduate student, transferred from Clemson, so quick off the dribble. She powers his baseline and finishes it. She's so good. She can take it to the rim. She can knock down the three. She can pull up off the dribble. And then she's one of the best defenders in the conference.
Open look. That rattles out. Embry the board. Back up and in. 4 quick points for Embry. That's huge off the bench, Debbie.
That's big time. Shantae Embry, 6'1". She's got a good sized body, powers it up and finishes that second shot opportunity.
Only 10 active for SMU. Bench points critical today. McNeil on the switch. 9 points from 1,000 in her East Carolina career. Joyner is stolen. Good hands by Jones.
Tried to get Gordon on that back cut. Great defense by Jones.
Embry for 3. That's off. McNeil out with it. In transition. 1v3 and a steal. SMU in transition now. Bradley. East Carolina getting back very well defensively early. Here's Bradley for 3. Off. Embry the board. No good. Young's turn. And a foul on the drive. The offensive rebounding here of SMU early. That's a nice strength for Coach Young.
It is, and right now for East Carolina, even though you're in a zone, you are responsible for an area and you're responsible to put a body on a person. They are not doing a good job boxing out. And they're giving SMU second opportunities now and letting them cut into this lead.
Toya Wilson, a national champion under Kim Mulkey as an assistant. And now in her 3rd year leading SMU. She noted a level of toughness missing on Wednesday. Want to find that here in Greenville. Right through the legs of Raheem and a turnover.
You got to pass the ball to the post player where they can catch it. Between her legs is probably not the best place when you're that tall.
Pirates shooting the lights out against this matchup zone. 72%. McNeil cannot extend it, and the rebound goes the other way. What's been the difference early, Debbie, with East Carolina's offense?
They've just made shots. You know, there's been times in the season where they've struggled to make it. Mosley comes out, hits her first 2 threes. You know, she gives them, 6 points and 3 rebounds in the first 4 minutes. You know, when you're a senior and now you've been inserted into the starting lineup, you have a sense of urgency, and I like the urgency she's playing with now. And talk about her at the top of this zone. You know, that position is a position played by 2 of the players that East Carolina lost to injury. It's really key with not allowing middle penetration. We'll see if Mosley's able to keep SMU out of the paint tonight. Forcing
a turnover. There's Mosley all over it. Finds McNeil. Danae, great pass to Gordon. Transition 3, Pirates started by their defense.
Gordon is their best shooter on the floor, only a freshman and having to play the point, but that's great heads up by McNeil to know where Gordon is. You want to get her the ball behind the 3-point line.
That's a Pirates defense, 2nd forcing turnovers per game in the country, and a foul underneath on Weish.
Gordon shooting 36% from behind the arc right now, and there's Morgan Mosley at the top of the matchup. Getting the deflection, getting the steal, and the heads-up assist by McNeil. And Gordon knows to spot up. You can see she's a step behind the line. Nice execution on that inbounds play by the Mustangs.
SMU scored 2 big buckets out of timeouts and special plays. Good play calling there by Toya Wilson. Mosley with 6 early points. Finds the freshman Tillman, her first minutes, Jade Tillman. Gordon could find a Weish. Back to Gordon. Unable to hit. SMU trailed 8-0 early. Crawling back. Open 3. That's off by Perry. Offensive board. Great find and a finish. Timeout, East Carolina. On the assist by Abdur Rahim.
And offensive rebounds are what's letting SMU stay in this game right now. They are crashing the boards, winning the hustle plays, creating second shot opportunities, great pass, high percentage shot buckets. And East Carolina can't be ball watching. They're going to have to put a body on and push back.
Kim McNeil in year 5. This is her first 3-game losing streak in 3 years. And Coach McNeil noted this week, giving up points in transition, playing better defensively. And so far, Debbie, in this first quarter, their defense has been locked in.
They have, and I really like her patience right now. She knows, she's lost 3 of her top players to season-ending injuries. 2 of them are point guards. When you lose your point guard, it's like losing the conductor of the orchestra. And now you have a freshman who's a shooter coming in to play that position. So she is being really patient and talking to her team about conference tournament, NCAA tournament, and just getting better with every day and every game.
The starting point guard, Micah Dennis, has been out since Christmas. Sania Johnson the game before that. Basically 5 games now without 2 of your best guards. That's a tough adjustment. How do the Pirates overcome that, especially today?
Well, you see someone like Morgan Mosley, who now has an opportunity to come in, and she's making the most of her minutes. She's playing with a sense of urgency. I think Karina Gordon had to play 36 minutes in the last game. Freshman in 36 minutes, it's kind of a dangerous equation, but they're going to get more time. And you talked about Jade Tillman. She averaged under 5 minutes a game coming into this game, but now she's out there. So it's really get better every day, take advantage of your minutes, and help your team start winning again.
Toya Wilson's club shooting 5 of 16 early, and the injuries are big too. Ella Brow is a 10-point-a-game scorer out for the season, and Aaliyah Henderson, the sharpshooting freshman, unavailable today. Not that either team's going to take solace in this, but this is a learning moment for SMU.
Well, SMU traveled with 9 players. They have a good roster, but they don't have a deep bench. But neither team, they know they can't make excuses. This is the nature of the beast. This is college basketball. It's a long season. It's next player on the bench. Next player up, step up, and get the job done.
An SMU team that's fallen behind by double figures in 2 straight games.
This timeout allows SMU to get into their press, but then coach calling them back over. Officials over at the table right now.
Officials reviewing something on the DVR Sport replay.
Coach Wilson telling us, she's really looking for a consistent 5, and so is Coach McNeil. Like, who are the 5 players that start the game well? Who are the 5 players that end the game well? Who are the 5 players who play really well together? Finding that chemistry again amidst injuries is a difficult thing.
You see the 2 injured for the Pirates right there, Sania Johnson and Micah Dennis. How is a coach, when you're in these moments with injuries, what do you look for? What are you trying to find with your unit on the court?
You have to instill confidence in your younger players. You have players that are playing out of position. Mai Joyner, for example, she plays the 4, she plays the 5. Well, now you'll see her play some 3. Karina Gordon, she's just a pure shooter. She's got the green light, one of the best on the team. Now she's playing the point. So different roles, different adjustments, a different mentality, and you need more leadership. Danae McNeil, the leading scorer of the graduate student, she's got to step up and take a more vocal role.
Right now the Pirates are up 6 thanks to a 6 of 10 shooting start and 4 threes on top of that. You sort of get an extra media timeout out of this. Chance for both coaches to talk things over.
Yeah, a little bit of a break while the officials are still over at the table, chatting it up. East Carolina shooting 67% from behind the arc right now. We'll take a look here at the shot clock as that shot goes up. Got the offensive rebound, the beautiful assist.
Well, in my eyes, the basket still counts regardless, right? Even if it resets to 20 or 30, it took less than 20 seconds to make that layup.
Right. But it's got there's a lot of thinking going on over there.
Our crew led by Joe Vasilski checking that out. It's a busy day for the DVR Sport operator today. I didn't have that on my bingo card early. Plenty of replays. if you're SMU coming in at 8-8, it's been a tough non-conference schedule. Losses to number 5 Colorado, top 15 Baylor, but have beaten the teams they're supposed to, 8-3 against those top 100 teams for Toya Wilson. Which now, Debbie, this next stretch, back at home 2 of the next 3, how do the Mustangs play their best basketball?
Oh, you love being at home. Playing on the road is not easy. Everybody's against you, especially when you have some younger players. So it's always nice to be in the comfort of your own arena. And, you know, they've lost 3 out of the last 4. They had this great double overtime win at Memphis. You know, they ended up losing to Rice only by 2, so they're right in the mix.
That win over Memphis, double overtime win, only had 4 players left, and Toya Wilson was shocked herself. Her team pulled that out.
Well, we said thanks to Young, 38 points and 15 rebounds. An incredible stat line.
A combination of foul outs and injuries, only 4 players left in that second overtime.
Little pressure, a little trap on the wing, and that forces East Carolina to play a little quicker, and they turn it over. Mustangs getting exactly what they want out of that one.
How do the Mustangs turn that into offense here, Debbie?
I think it's patience and execution against this zone and getting some good shots. They've done a nice job moving the ball, getting it inside to the free throw line area. You got to use the corners, the short corners. They've got some sets they've come in with to counterattack the zone. There it goes. Free throw line, short corner, boom.
Embry's there.
Some really nice post-to-post passing right now down low.
5 assists for the Mustangs, 5 for the Pirates as well. And now a trap on Mosley, a foul underneath, and Abdur-Rahim, her first.
Well, the Mustangs got a slow start. They are just inching their way back in this game, basket by basket, with offensive rebounds, good defense, forcing turnovers.
This is a 6-0 Mustang run. Danae McNeil sitting on 4 points, wants 6. That's no good. Mustangs in motion. Young, nice look. Rahim back to Young, a turnover. Gordon fouled in transition. Just the 13th foul on the Mustangs.
Coach Wilson telling us one of their goals is to get in the bonus first every quarter, not to settle, be aggressive. They love to get to the free throw line. He said Young, top 5 in the country in free throws attempted.
You think of LSU's Angel Reese leads the country in free throw attempts. Almost 20 free throws a game for Angel. That ability to get to the line, that's next level for Kim Mulkey and crew. It could be a factor for Young today.
We've seen free throws be a big part of winning and losing games early in the season.
So far, neither team with a free throw attempt. Here's a loose ball and a steal.
East Carolina right now not being careless with the basketball.
Nice drive. Henderson hits it. Leah Henderson in a tough finish. It's an 8-0 SMU run. Final minute, first quarter. Miller lost it. Perry sprints in. A block and a foul. Free throws here for SMU, changing this game defensively.
Well, turnovers are biting East Carolina right now. They have 8 on the game already. They're just giving SMU easy opportunities on the other end. And East Carolina did this in the last game. They got out of the gate quick. They put some points on the board. And then they started turning the ball over. Last game, they turned the ball over more than the opponent, which is rare for them as they lead the country in forced turnovers.
East Carolina has lost 3 straight, UAB, Tulane, and Rice. And in those games, they've allowed 10 or more threes. That's been the bugaboo for the Pirates.
Against UAB and Tulane, they gave up 13 threes in both those games. And then against Tulane and Rice, they gave up over 80 points to both those teams. That's not their MO. They're usually one of the top defensive teams in the country, but trying to figure it out with new players and new roles.
Make it a 10-0 SMU run, and good ball pressure by Henderson. Challenging the freshman Gordon.
And I like that decision to really pressure the freshman. Point guard's not her natural position, as we've said. Put some ball pressure on her, make her speed up, take her vision away. Looking for the high-low, well defended by SMU.
Bobby Smith kicks. Miller for 3. That's off. Weish bobbles. Loose. SMU ball. And this defensive ball pressure, how has that frustrated the Pirates?
If you can pressure the point guard, like we said, if you can pressure the conductor of the orchestra, you take away the ability to run the show, and all the different sections don't start playing well together, and that's exactly right now what SMU is doing. They're pressuring the freshman point guard who's playing out of position, and that disrupts the flow of the whole offense for East Carolina.
If you slow down the New York Symphony, it's more B flat than A minor. Makes it difficult to conduct. Final seconds. Abdur Rahim, good kick. Young, tripled, steal. Gordon, this is off. Gordon misses. And SMU right back in this game, a 10-0 run in the final 3 minutes. Pirates punch early. Mustangs respond here through 10 minutes.
We call it drive. The unrelenting desire to become the person you were born to be. Ignited by a moment. The realization that a future you could only dream of is within reach. At East Carolina University, you won't just imagine a path. You'll forge one through hard work and the success that comes without surrender. The journey that leads to your future. And this is where it begins.
Welcome back to Greenville, North Carolina. This is a neat family story. Amir Abdur-Rahim, one of 13 children. She's number 11. What a lineage here. Her brother Sharif runs the G League. He's the current president. Her other brother Amir is a head coach in this conference down at South Florida. 6 of the family members all played college basketball, including nephew Jabari, who's now at Georgia as a point guard. And anytime there's a family lineage, I want to play pickup basketball with the Rahims come Christmas time.
No, you don't. You want to get your butt kicked. I mean, what, 13 children? What a basketball family. No pressure, Amira.
Abdur-Rahim right now, top 10 in blocks and points in the AAC, but struggling early, only 2. The real presence, Embry, good find. Bradley, the spin, goes up. That rattles out. And now a fight for the boards, loose ball. East Carolina has it. Remember, to end the first quarter, SMU a 10-0 run, attacked in the lane. Here's Joyner, blows into one, that's offensive. Charge drawn by Bradley. And Perry down there.
I like the idea, though, to get it to Joyner on the block. She needs some touches. She's great with her back to the basket. That's the first shot she's taken, and she does plow her defender over, and it's a good call by the official. But I feel like she needs the ball in her hands a little bit more, and she can do that by crashing the boards. But right now, SMU's post players are really doing a great job working together. When one post player catches it on the block, the other post buddy dives to the basket. They've gotten some nice passing down low.
That time, a bad pass from Jones.
Well, and Abdur-Rahim did a great job taking out the middle of the zone and getting position and showing her numbers. And that was just a pretty errant pass.
SMU, though, 12-2 in points in the paint, living down there. Well, the Pirates, they have 4 threes, living on the outside.
Well, this 2-3 zone is forcing them to take more long-range shots.
Good hands by Jones. She read it. That goes out of play. It'll stay with the Pirates. And East Carolina right now shooting the lights out. 4 of 8 from 3. Reminds me of South Carolina with Don Staley's club. 45% to lead the country. That could carry ECU offensively today.
If it continues. SMU now, little man-to-man, mixing it up, which I like to do against a freshman point guard. Make them read defense, make them change play calls. Nice shot by Bobby Smith, the sophomore. Bobby Smith's someone who could step up really big for them right now, given more minutes. She's only averaged 13 minutes a game prior to the injuries, but she's got a great build. She can play the top of that zone as well. She's an opportunity here to really make an impact for East Carolina.
One of 4 players to score for the Pirates. Here's Abdul Rahim. Battles Joyner. Nice spin. Misses. Joyner the board. Maya Joyner brings it up the court. Has guard-like skills and a forward body. Demands the basketball. Joyner versus Embry. Foul on Embry, the reach-in. Such a tough mismatch with her ball handling ability, Debbie.
Yeah, she has good footwork too. You can see how she can catch it on the block, face up. She can take you off the dribble. She's got a pretty versatile skill set, but she's so good around the rim. Right now she's getting pushed off the block a little bit out of her comfort zone, but able to draw the foul that time.
Bobby Smith, the 4th string point guard entering the year. She'll run the point here out of this timeout. Smith blows in and a strip. Good hands by SMU. Jones, that's tipped. Joyner comes out with it. Now Joyner dribbles through it. Joyner attacks. That jumper rolls out. Weisbord fouled. Free throws East Carolina.
It's one of the few times we've been able to see East Carolina get out in transition, and they love the transition game when they can get going. They create a lot of points, and this is the beauty of Joyner's skill set. She can take it off the rim, go coast to coast, and I like this decision. She pulls it out, she looks for her teammates, and she opts for the 15-foot jump shot. Weish on the follow-up gets the offensive rebound and gets herself to the free throw line. East Carolina only shoots 66% from the free throw line. We've watched them this year, Evan, just ride this wave of shoot really well, then shoot really poorly, and they can create some differential here by shooting well from the free throw line today.
Shot below 50% in conference play. Embry all alone. Good transition bucket. That's one way to beat a zone, Debbie.
Both these teams beat the zone down the floor, but it's SMU a little transition of their own. As you said, Bobby Jones now having to play more point guard. And
Young steals it, throws it off Joyner. Good active defense from Tierra Young.
Playing the point is not a position a lot of people want to play, especially when it's not your true position, because there's a lot of pressure just to even make an entry pass. And you can alleviate that pressure sometimes by using dribble entries, by screening on the ball, by getting post entries, but the post players really have to create good position and give you a target and step to the pass.
Reagan Bradley, who's been challenged to be more of a scorer at the point guard position for SMU, gets it out to Jones. Top 5 scorer in the AAC coming in. Good look. Bradley stripped and a steal. Here's Bobby Smith. Nice find to Mosley. Misses the 3. Loose ball. Young tripped. Foul on Mosley. And SMU, Debbie, more committed here to attacking the basket in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've been able to get the tempo picked up a little bit. Both teams picking up the tempo.
14 points in the paint, 6 in fast break or transition for SMU, and Gordon re-enters for the Pirates.
And SMU right now has only taken 2 free throws. Same for East Carolina. So for 2 teams that like to get through the free throw line, 2 apiece.
Both make nearly 15 free throws a game, and that's both in the top 100 in the country. Good hands by Gordon. Every pass difficult in this matchup.
2 really solid defensive teams, but a lot of players out there filling new roles, as we keep talking about.
Here's Young. Embry tips it. Steele Gordon. Gordon, good hands. Excellent work. Perry now lost it, got it back. Perry goes for it. Off on the jumper. Weish gives it to Mosley. Helter skelter.
And I like for Gordon here, you know, she just turned it over, but she's got to have this next play mentality. And I like that she's doing just that. She's got to forget about it and get back at the next play and run her team. McNeil, that's what she does. You let her go to her left off a ball screen, you might as well forget it. It's 2 points.
6 points for McNeil.
7 points to 1,000 points in an East Carolina uniform for Danae McNeil.
No good on the three. Embry fights for the board, draws the foul. And that offensive rebounding of SMU playing a huge factor today.
Gives them second shot opportunities as we watch McNeil do what she does best. Shoulders square, the smooth, beautiful jump shot. That's the leadership and the scoring that the Pirates need from their graduate student. Their leader, their leading scorer, their best defender.
It's a nice duo. 18 points a game and nearly 4 steals a night. Young on the switch. Finds Jones. Nice pass. Pitts hits it. Excellent ball movement from SMU.
Way to get that ball around the horn and catch and pull on the weak side and quickly get to the rim.
6 assists on 9 buckets. That's a coach's dream. McNeil, illegal screen. So Weish called for the foul. That's Tatiana Weish with her sister Talia right next to her.
Danae McNeil, they go underneath the screen before the whistle blew. You watch the screen being set. You see how Weish just moves and leans into it. She has to stand still and let McNeil use her screen. But if you go under the screen on McNeil, she's going to shoot that three, and the deflections, and it's like a pinball machine in here. And neither team doing a great job taking care of the basketball.
The Pirates top 10 in the country in steals per game, just over 12. So active defensively.
We've got 23 combined turnovers already.
Mosley on the switch, goes into it, draws the foul. Free throws here for Danae McNeil after this media timeout. Tight game in this second quarter. East Carolina up 1. Down one early in this second quarter, but Debbie living in the lane, 16 points down there.
Well, they fell behind early, but they have got back in this game by scoring in the paint. Is 16-2 paint points for SMU, and they've done it by pulling offensive rebounds, by attacking the rim, and by some very crafty post-to-post passing, dominating the paint right now.
7 assists, double-digit points in the lane. And Embry's been key off the bench, 10 points. How does SMU continue to pound the lane and take advantage of these opportunities?
I mean, they're recognizing that an easy way to score is to crash the boards. You know, and when they were down and they needed to get back is what they did. They just started rebounding. East Carolina needs to respond here. They're going to have to stop watching the ball, put a body on someone, push back, and take away those offensive rebounds.
East Carolina, 4 triples. That's fueled its offense. SMU, 16 points in the paint. And now a 3-point game, under 5 to go in this second quarter. Embry remains in with those 10 points. There she is, right in the middle of the lane.
And ECU, a little man-to-man defense of their own, switching it up, giving SMU a little bit of a different look.
Pitts, tough look, out. Embry board, back in, no. Weiss fights for it, and it'll stay here. Embry's hands so active on the boards.
Shante Embry, transfer from Texas Tech. She played there for a year. I mean, she's just making a major impact today, and she's only 6'1". She's playing against, 6'3", 6'4" down there for East Carolina.
Bad
Another
pass
turnover.
by SMU. Gordon in transition, way off. Loose ball. It's that combination of wanting to be aggressive but being smart as well if you're Karina Gordon there, Coach.
Yeah, and I like the shot for her. I mean, she's going to play her way through this. She's just got to get the experience. Having been thrown into another position, she is a shooter. She has the green light in transition. It's a good call for her, just a little bit long on the shot.
Mosley, tough hands and a turnover. Hannah Hidalgo, the freshman at Notre Dame, maybe one of the few that can handle those big moments, coming in right away from day one and handling an offense. This is a big day in the AAC right now. UAB at 4-1 has the day off. So does Charlotte at 4-1. So a couple of teams right in the middle of the league as Bradley lost it on the court. Young, a tough look. That's out. Good board for Gordon. East Carolina, only 40% shooting in this second quarter, was red hot at 70% in the first.
It's a good decision by the freshman, though, now. Against the man-to-man defense, you see the switch. Danae McNeil turns back the other way and lays it in. Beautiful. Creating her own shot, Danae McNeil.
10 points for McNeil, 3 away from 1,000 in her Pirate career.
She's already reached it if we add her Clemson points, but we're going to talk about her true points at East Carolina, a big milestone for Danae McNeil coming up.
And her scoring's been clutch today in moments like this.
That was a big, big bucket for her team.
Great handles, too.
I mean, she just has a tremendous ability to create her own shot.
Free throws here for TK Pitts, the Oklahoma transfer. So as McNeil climbs closer to 1,000, she joins a list of Hall of Famers at East Carolina. Rosie Thompson, all-time leading scorer. By the way, 2,600 points for Rosie. I don't think Danae's catching that anytime soon.
Probably not this year, no.
Impactful points, though. 10 of the 25 for the Pirates today. And now Kaya Miller, the freshman guard out of Woodbridge, Virginia, enters.
I like this decision to let Danae McNeil bring it up. Bobby Smith gets moved to the wing. Let McNeil handle the ball. She's not playing against as much pressure. She's so good with the ball.
Good crossover, step through, and a foul. You're right, Danae McNeil causing trouble with the ball in her hands.
And let her bring it up, play the point. It puts her in a position to create, get more shots. I like that decision. And you just watch how she just can. She's quick and crafty with the ball. She crossed you up. She's got a nice little hesitation dribble. She does a great job getting herself to the free throw line with the up and under. She's a 75% free throw shooter, her 11th point of the game.
And she makes her free throws, 75% coming in. That's top 10 in the American. Makes both there. SMU, 2 of its last 10 shooting. A tough second quarter offensively. Maya Chandler trapped. Good hands, Miller. Young. More active hands and a foul as Chandler put up the shot.
We talked about Tierra Young in the open and what a big scorer she was for, but credit the Pirates here. Right now, Young is scoreless. She's only taken 2 shots. Great pressure on her when she catches the ball, altering the shots that she is taking. Nothing's easy for Young right now. If you can limit her scoring, you can really limit SMU.
Maya Chandler, great start from the line. SMU is fantastic as a free throw team. 37th in the country in making free throws, 15 a game. That percentage, though, not very high. Goes 1 of 2.
69% as a team. Chandler, she's a transfer from Loyola Chicago, another one of the transfers on this team. Really trying to look for the high-low. Getting forced off the block again. It's Embry doing a great job. The great step through there by Talia Weish.
3 points, 2 rebounds for Weish, who comes off the bench today with her twin sister, Tatiana.
Transfers from Florida. One of 10 sets of twins playing in Division I, but I like the big lineup. Use your size right now where you have the height advantage. Good vision.
Embry goes down hard to the court and a foul on Weish. Claiming Weish pushed Embry to the floor.
Oh, Embry's just playing so hard and so physical down there. We'll get to watch this one again and see what happened.
A little bit of contact and some friendly fire.
Not quite sure, though, what Weish did. It's tough to see from our angle. But you can see why the ECU fans are a little bit upset with that call.
These are free throws 7 and 8 for SMU, who's gone 3 minutes without making a shot from the field.
Embry's an 81% free throw shooter.
That is the 15 foul, so in the bonus the rest of the way.
She's got 10 points and 5 rebounds already.
Embry has 7 career double-doubles. And the officials confirming, yes, 2 free throws here for Embry.
Pirate faithful expressing their discontent.
1 with the foul call and 2 with how many fouls. But yes, SMU is in the bonus. And the career night for Embry continues. Give her 12 points, and Abdur-Rahim returns. That's been the offense for SMU, Debbie. Pound the ball down low with 18 in the paint.
Yeah, Embry's just been doing the dirty work. She's been physical. We've turned this into a pretty physical game down low. Big pressure on Bobby.
Miller drives through 3. Nice find. And McNeil hits the 3.
Woo. Just when you thought it was going out of bounds. Drive baseline. McNeil spotted up and she drills it.
Pirates 5 triples today. Chandler, nowhere to go. Abdur-Rahim, great ball. Young for 3, answers.
You know you can't keep her down. First bucket of the game for the graduate transfer. She averages almost 19 a game. She's second in the American. Who's the Gatorade Louisiana Player of the Year? She is a talent. She's just getting warmed up.
0 of 3, finally hits a bucket. Miller, tough look, that was tipped. Loose ball will go the other way.
This baseline drive by the freshman Kaya Miller. She knows her teammate McNeil is over there. Nay McNeil gets her feet set. It's pretty accurate from behind the arc.
And with that 3, McNeil hits 1,000 in her ECU career.
Big bucket, 15 points on the game.
Young the drive. Tough finish, no. Rahim blocked by Miller. Tillman triple teamed and gets out of it. Final minute here in Greenville. More pressure.
Keep the pressure on the ball handlers.
Miller, step through, fouled. Bodies hitting the floor. Free throws here for SMU.
This game is pretty fast, physical, and a little furious right now.
It's a track meet in the second quarter. So Kaya Miller heads to the free throw line. 4 overtime games in this series, including last year's overtime thriller. SMU pulled that out by 3 down in Dallas. This has all the makings, Debbie, of a physical, low-scoring, intense game today.
And a game that's been laden with turnovers thus far. I'll see the 25 turnovers between the two teams, and we'll, hopefully at halftime they go in and they clean that up.
Miller misses both. McNeil there. That's no good. Abdul Rahim the board, and then lost it on her own teammate. Such a physical, tough game. It makes it hard to even grab a board at times. Miller. There's a foul on Young, reaching over Tillman. Now both teams in the bonus. East Carolina has missed 3 straight free throws. That'll be tested here.
So right now for East Carolina out there, you got Kaya Miller, who's a freshman, Mai Joyner, who's a sophomore, Jade Tillman, who's a freshman, Bobby Smith, who's a sophomore, and then there's the graduate student, Danae McNeil. So a young lineup out there for the Pirates, and Coach Kim McNeil just trying to figure out which group works well together, giving everybody a chance. She's saying everyone has to step up and help in the situation they're in with injuries right now.
2 top point guards out for the year, Sania Johnson and Micah Dennis. 4 underclassmen on the court, and that snaps a 5 missed free throw streak. So a 5-point game. SMU 21% shooting in this second quarter. Chandler drives. Nice pass. No open looks. Embry. Rahim. Tough no. Joyner has it.
Nice defensive possession right there by the Pirates. Bobby Smith's going to slow it down. She's got 13 seconds. Take the last shot of the half.
Smith looks for space. Down to 2. Tipped. This is off for Bradley. And short. Defensive-minded first half. East Carolina up 5 through a battle in these first 20 minutes down in Greenville.
I'm making plays, so get out the way, get out the way.
Hello and welcome inside the American Studios. I'm Morgan Uber. If you're anything like us and enjoy some bonus basketball, you're going to love our top 5 plays this week as we start and end with clutch moments in overtime. And we get it started in Memphis at number 5. The Tigers hosting UTSA. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Memphis up 3. Javon Quinterly driving. Roadrunners with a roadblock. But Quinterly not to be denied with this fadeaway jumper. What a beauty. And Penny Hardaway's Tigers escape with the dub, winning their 9th straight. At number 4, we head to Tampa, Rice at South Florida. Midway through the first half, Cason Pryor with the denial, leading to a running of the Bulls. Jose Placer finds Pryor as he flexes on him for the throwdown. Pryor gets up to the rim and gets the crowd on their feet. They love it, his teammates love it, and the Bulls go on to finish on top, 81-73. Coming in at number 3, UAB visiting the reigning American champs East Carolina. My Joyner crashes the boards, takes it behind the back, making moves down to the court with style, puts her own spin on it, gets inside the paint, and with one hand arcs it up and in. This silky smooth 360, body goes one way, ball goes another as she lays her body on the line for 2. Our number 2 play, second half action of Charlotte UTSA. Watch out, Isaiah Folks coming through. Folks kicks it to Igor Milicic. Take a bow, Milicic, as he gets a standing ovation from his bench. The big man finishing as he soars to the rim. And he finished with 19 points to lead the 49ers to an 8-point victory. Finally, our number 1 play this week, also out of San Antonio, and this one the Roadrunners will remember for quite some time. Here's Carl Schoening.
7 seconds to the baseline. Off the mark, Udo with the offensive rebound. Puts it up, puts it in! Udo puts the Roadrunners ahead by 1. Loose ball, time expires. That'll be the ball game. The Roadrunners pick up their biggest win of the season. Udo, on her biggest day as a freshman for the UTSA Roadrunners, comes up with the game winner.
What a win for the Roadrunners, and the rookie making vet-like plays in double OT, and the undefeated conference record snapped for the 49ers just like that. And remember, if you ever see a great play happen live, you can always let us know on social media using the hashtag #AmericanTopPlays and reach out to @American_conf or reach out to me @Morgan_Uber. Be sure to keep it right here on ESPN Plus as we've got much more coming up for you right after this.
Welcome back to East Carolina. 5-point game at halftime. Two teams that desperately need a win here in AAC play. Good battle in the first 20 minutes. Welcome back inside Minji's Coliseum with the longtime William & Mary coach, Debbie Taylor. I'm EvanBudrovich. It's a battle of 2s versus 3s today. East Carolina, 5 first-half triples, and SMU plus 12 in points in the paint. How have these styles clashed? What style do you like in that second half?
Well, East Carolina got out of the gate early from behind the arc, but SMU answered with some physical play in the post, and just they crashed the boards and they pulled offensive rebounds, and Embry did a great job with that. But then it was Danae McNeil who kind of took things into her own hands, which sometimes you need to do when you don't have all your teammates on the court with you. She has 15 points right now, a game high. I'm impressed with what she's done in the last couple of minutes to keep this lead.
McNeil's taken over, preserving that 5-point lead. And let's dive into those highlights early. Because, Debbie, you mentioned it. East Carolina's 3-point shooting, that was excellent in the first quarter.
Morgan Mosley gets out of the gate early, and Karina Gordon, she answers with one. But, you know, SMU comes back after putting themselves in an early hole, really getting the ball into the paint, getting physical, pulling second shot opportunities. And we see Shantae Embry, just 2 of her team high points right now. And East Carolina doesn't get back in defensive transition, but Danae McNeil, when she gets going, that pull-up jumper can be so deadly.
It was McNeil attacking the bucket all day in that second quarter. Young and SMU came soaring back with their first 3 of the half.
And SMU's bench has been stellar. 20 points for the SMU bench, and it's Danae McNeil who puts the exclamation point on it for her team going into the half.
Key number, those 5 triples for the Pirates, and we've kind of showed you it's 2s versus 3s today. 25 combined turnovers, though, in that first half, Debbie.
It's been sloppy. It's been physical. It's been sloppy. It's been helter-skelter. And East Carolina right now holding SMU to under 30% shooting from the floor.
5-point game here at halftime. We'll come back and get you set for the second half. McNeil's 15 versus Embry's 12. 2 stars for these programs here in Greenville. 2 stars in this battle early. East Carolina up 5 at the break. We'll focus on Embry versus McNeil. And for SMU, what a performance off the bench for Shantae Embry.
6'1" junior impacted this game tremendously for her team in the first half. When they went down early, big deficit, she came back and she did the dirty work on the glass. She was tough under the board. She pulled offensive rebounds and she powered up, and she's right now leading her team with 12 points, 5 rebounds.
Then Danae McNeil looks to counter because Embry's been excellent in the paint. All 12 points down there in the lane. McNeil making things happen all over the court, Debbie.
She wants the ball in her hands, and that's what her team needs. And the graduate student, she's one of the best scorers, one of the best players in the league, and she can score in multiple ways. And she knows if her team is going to win tonight, she's got to take a big role in that. You can see she scored behind the arc, off the pull-up, attacking the rim. Danae McNeil, 15 points, leads all scorers in this game.
5th straight game in double figures for McNeil, and she scored 30 a couple of times in conference this year. Her team may need that today in a tight, physical 5-point game. Heavy turnovers, 27 combined in this first half.
Yeah, I think both coaches probably talked about that coming out of the locker room. Let's clean it up a little bit. I'm sure for East Carolina, rebounding was a factor. Put a body on, push back. I think for SMU, continue to put pressure on these backup point guards that have been thrown into this position, on the freshman, Karina Gordon, and on the sophomore, Bobby Smith, when she comes in. Make it difficult for them to run their offense.
Last year's game was an overtime thriller in Dallas. This year, a similar battle. 5-point game at the break.
Looking to go into Mai Joyner. Mai Joyner, the super sophomore, has not scored yet, and that's a rare occurrence here in Greenville. She averages almost 12 points a game.
And a turnover there for Joyner. Only 1 shot, though, for Amaya.
Yeah, and credit the defense of SMU. They haven't really let her get the ball in her hands or good luck. So we said last game she flirted with the triple-double. She had the double-double. She needed 2 more assists for the triple. Typically a big factor in the scoring column, but right now she's been held to none.
SMU, great ball movement. Bradley kicks. Mustangs led by 12 from Embry, who's all on the bench. Abdul Rahim, nice drive in the bucket. The ball movement of SMU, that'll be key in the second half, Debbie.
Yeah, Abdul Rahim is very good on that free throw line. If they can get her that ball, she can make a decision to attack like she did or distribute.
That's 9 assists on 11 made baskets. Gordon the shot fake and a steal. Young comes out with it. That's a tip pass. Save Bradley. Rahim the layup.
That's great hustle by Mai, but you know, one of the golden rules is don't save the ball under your opponent's basket. She did a nice job breaking it up, but she gave it right back to them.
That's the hockey assist for Joyner to the wrong color. SMU back within 1. Trailed by 10 in the first half. Gordon, long range, in her range for 3.
And we know she can do it. Great long-range shooter. I like that she called her own number.
That's from NBA range, Debbie, way back in the three-point line.
She's got 3 steps off the line. She's good.
Third triple for Gordon. Response for 3 is short. Mosley the board.
Great extra pass, though, by Young to find an open teammate.
Let's see what Gordon has here.
Gordon's calling the play, setting up her team. I like this, taking control of the offense, get everybody on the same page. Got the horn set.
A recruited shooting guard who's playing point guard due to injury. So Mosley down low. Big mismatch, no good. Weiss the board. And Gordon saves it to the wrong team.
It's a great play call, though, because Morgan Mosley has the good mismatch against Meyer Chandler. And here comes SMU taking advantage of another East Carolina turnover.
30-second timeout. Tierra Young off and moving, and that'll lead to a media timeout. Early in this third quarter, SMU on a little 6-3 run with nice effort here on this end of the court. Big Saturday here in the American Conference. Charlotte remains 4-1. Carrick and Swagger's club moved to 5-1 with a big win. Wichita State battles Memphis. Two teams really desperate for victory. And maybe the surprise team of the league this year, North Texas, led by Tamisha Lampkin. Big win at SMU. And now, Debbie, this league 1 through 6 is balanced up and down the standings.
It really is. And these two teams, East Carolina picked 2nd in the preseason. SMU picked 4th.
Both battling injuries this year. And East Carolina with a win is right back in the top 6 as Mosley misses the jumper.
Nice offensive rebound by Weish. Right now, SMU with 11 O-boards.
Gordon late in the clock. Here's Weish. Attacks. That's no good. Rebound Embry, who's been a weapon off the bench, 12 and 6.
Great box out by Embry.
Here's Embry. Little catch and shoot action. Rolls out. Abdur Rahim the board. And this is where SMU's special. Double-digit offensive boards, 11 second chance points. Nearly 2 more there, but a miss on the pass.
13th turnover for the Mustangs. 31 combined turnovers between these two teams.
How do you play with composure? How do you avoid those mistakes?
He's got to slow down. Both these teams with their pressure defense, they're trying to speed the other one up. It's just better decision making. There's a foul right there. But I like the decision to keep the ball in the hands of Danae McNeil.
Who has 15. She's been aggressive and looks to snap this 2-minute scoring drought.
Well, she's got a great handle and she's got the game experience. She started her career at Clemson. She's been here for 3 years. She's played in big games. You know, East Carolina picked last in the American last season. End up winning the conference tournament, going to the NCAA tournament.
And that team was defined by toughness, rebounding, toughness, playing physical. That's an element Kim McNeil's challenged this year's team, even without the guards. Make up for it, fighting for the ball like this. Gordon saves it. There's some physicality. McNeil goes to work and a strip. And will stay on this end.
But if East Carolina can get out in transition and create some offense with their defense, they're a very different team, and that's a nice job by Young to knock that ball out of bounds, break that play up.
Gordon needs some help. Nice catch by Mosley. Pirates haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. Gordon unable to change it. Mosley. Weish given all the room in the world. Not her shot. This is McNeil's game, 1v1.
Give her a ball screen and let her go to work.
McNeil poked loose and kicked out of bounds. ECU ball.
The spacing right now for East Carolina, not so great. Not a lot of room for Danae McNeil to operate. With 2 bigs on the floor, it's hard to really spread the floor.
Clock to 6. There's Weish. Banging bodies. Tough look. And a foul on Embry. So Embry picks up her 3rd. And free throws here for Tatiana.
Tati Weish is a 71% free throw shooter. I like how she demanded the basketball.
Coming into this game, it was the turnover ratio of SMU that was fantastic. Tops in the AAC versus a Pirate team that forces a heavy amount of turnovers. And today, Debbie, 32 combined turnovers. Both these teams having trouble with the ball.
Yeah, and East Carolina is number 2 in the country in forced turnovers, a little over 25 a game. I mean, it's just an incredible statistic. But last game against Rice forced more turnovers than East Carolina did, and that's a possibility today.
Here's Young in attack mode. Both teams battling turnover woes in this 3rd quarter.
Ball pressure picking up a little bit for East Carolina. Takeaway vision, get high hands.
Embry inside over the head of Abdur Rahim, and another turnover.
And that pressure makes it a lot harder to see. East Carolina, we said they're long, they're athletic. Takeaway vision, forced turnovers. Ball back with the Pirates for a chance for them to make this a 2-possession game, and just way overthrown there.
Abdur Rahim had good position, just couldn't find her. Mosley, nice move to get space. Misses the jumper. Remember, she started this game 2 for 2, but has missed 4 straight.
I like the shot, though.
Back to Young. Cuts through, tough look. Young, no. Embry, yes.
Wow.
14, and all of those on second chances.
And Young is just trying to get herself involved in this game, and she's just struggling, but it's Shantae Embry, the junior, who's just continuing to pick up the pieces.
3 shy of a career high for Embry. What a weapon off the bench for Toya Wilson.
Get Danae McNeil in the pinch post, let her go to work. She just can't finish. Another up and under, but I like that call too.
Now it's Bradley. 5 assists a game for Bradley. There's a chance for one. Young enters, draws the foul, and free throws for Tierra Young, who's been more aggressive in the second half, Debbie.
I'm sure that was a message at halftime. I'm sure it was like to her team, get her the ball, and I'm sure it was to Young, take the ball, take shots, create shots. Look at that strong build that she has. She's such an impressive ability to create, get her team ahead in this game. And right now in Greenville, it's the East Carolina Pirates by 1.
Welcome back to Greenville. It's a busy day in the American today. How about Memphis, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, dominating FAU early, and Tulsa led by conference leader Tamira Poindexter, up 15. And Debbie, in this game, it's the lone tight game of the day, but really shows how tight these teams are in the standings. Rebounding battle, turnover battle, really physical second half.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of, I think, tight games as we continue on down the stretch here and come to the end of conference play, and it'll be a fight to stay in the top 4. Every game, night in, night out, will matter in the conference standing. This one in particular for both these teams if they want to stay in the top half of the conference.
SMU shooting the ball well, 4 of 7 to open this second half. East Carolina, 4 turnovers and a 1 of 8 start. And now Tierra Young to the free throw line. Looks to continue this 4-point swing.
You look for Tierra Young to get a little more involved in the game here. You know, if you said she's the Gatorade Louisiana Player of the Year, started her career at LSU, then went to Houston, was 6th Player of the Year last season after averaging over 10 points a game, and right now she's the 2nd best scorer in the American, 18.8 points a game.
And Toya Wilson said today, we need her to attack the basket, get to the foul line, get more opportunities like this.
And this is what she started to do in the 3rd quarter.
Good old board by Bradley into a triple team. Bradley escapes the traffic.
The offensive rebounds just keep racking up for SMU.
That's 15 O boards, just like Georgia Southern, the nation's leader in offensive rebounds. Young, the kick out for 3. Good find, no good on the 3. O board again.
Just nobody for East Carolina is putting a body on anyone. You have to assume responsibility for a player in your area. You've got to find them.
And this is what allowed Don Staley's South Carolina team to win the national title last year. Best rebounding team in the country. Young on the 4th try makes it count. Great second chance bucket.
You give a team that many opportunities, one of them is going to go in. And now SMU with the 2-point lead.
15 offensive boards gives SMU its first lead. Pirates, bad pass. Here's Bradley. McNeil gets back. Bradley, no good. Abdur-Rahim, no. Couple of point-blank misses.
Good job by the Pirates to get back and break that up. They have got to do a better job taking care of the ball in the half court. SMU back into their 2-3 zone and a travel.
That's the 20th turnover if you're Kim McNeil.
Turnovers have just been biting them these last couple games without their 2-point guards. You know, and it's gonna take a while, but when you make that mistake, don't make it again.
Kim McNeil noted learning from those turnovers.
I just love how patient she is right now. She's just staying even keel. She knows she's just got to let her team play through it. She's got to let the young kids get their minutes.
Bradley, nice drive. Free throws coming up. And in the second half, Debbie, SMU's changed its approach offensively.
They're starting to attack the basket. And that's what they love to do. They love to get to the free throw line, and you can just see them going down the middle. One of East Carolina's biggest woes in the last couple games without Micah Dennis and Sania Johnson was playing the top of that zone and not letting people get middle penetration. We watched it time and time again in their last 3 losses. And right now, SMU attacking the middle of the floor.
SMU playing like a team that was picked 4th in the preseason. Have lost 2 of their last 3, but this free throw assault has been excellent. 10 of 12 from the line.
Oh, and you see South Florida is pick number 1. They've been injuries for them as well. Coach Jose Fernandez, I mean, they've just struggled without some players too. And
UAB and Charlotte picked in the bottom 5. They're now both in first place at 5-1.
We saw UAB the other day, and they looked mighty good.
Mia Moore and crew at the point guard role. East Carolina in a 3-minute scoring drought. So Weish lets it go, and the drought continues. Fight for the boards, and a foul on Kaya Miller. She can't believe it.
I like the hustle, though. I like the hustle by the freshman. Trying to track that ball down. You know, she just goes after it, trying to come up with the 50-50 ball, and she reaches in a little bit there and gets called for it.
That's Denavia Hall, the Plano, Texas product, on the other end.
Well, that's East Carolina getting their press. We haven't seen their press a lot today.
Hall doubled, tripped, stepped out of bounds. So SMU with its 16th turnover. Not many times teams are on a 7-0 run in 3 minutes, and both have given the ball right back to each other.
It has not been a pretty game for sure. A little 2-2-1 by SMU.
How do you break the zone if you're the Pirates?
Well, that press is just designed to slow down, but like swing the ball across to the opposite side, find the open shooter, and if it's Danae McNeil, you're lucky. She knocks it down.
First points of the second half for McNeil. She now has 18. That's half the production today for East Carolina.
And I think that's what it's going to be for a while until some players figure out their role, and she knows it. And I think she's really starting to step into that role of taking control.
Final 2 minutes of the third. Good deflection by Tillman. And that role for McNeil taking over, so reminiscent of Paige Becker's 2 years ago with multiple players out for UConn. Led her team to a Final Four.
Now, the thing about McNeil, though, is she's not a vocal leader. She's more quiet as we see her knock down that 3, and she's going to have to instill confidence in her teammates. She's going to have to talk to them. She's going to have to lead these young players.
Leading them in scoring with 18 and a foul underneath on Tillman.
Because right now, 2 freshmen and a sophomore on the floor.
2 senior guards out for the year, Sania Johnson and Micah Dennis. Right now, SMU hanging on to a 1-point lead thanks to 15 offensive boards. Here's Young. So tough to guard, and she banks it in.
Here she goes. She's coming to life. She got
finger
a talking
roll.
to at the half. You know she did.
Toya Wilson said attack the bucket. There's 10 for Young.
There's the dribble entry, and then when they take that pass away, that opens up the free throw line.
Bobby Smith. Nice look. Tillman. Tillman drives, and a foul Abdul-Rahim thought she had the block. Instead, 2 free throws.
Freshman Jade Tillman working out of the high post, the vulnerable spot against the 2-3 zone. We see Tara Young powering her way to the basket. She's so athletic and strong.
The finger roll. Not a lost art in college basketball.
Jade Tillman at the line for the Pirates, shooting 2 shots.
So Jade Tillman, limited minutes, just 4 minutes a game coming in.
She's only taken 7 free throws on this season. She's made 3.
How about that? You've played basically 5 minutes a game, and it's, hey, you're going to shoot 5 free throws in the second half and be a huge freshman contributor. That's a hard task for anybody.
We get a good look at the freshman class of ECU. We right now have gotten to see Karina Gordon, the freshman from Florida, playing the point now, starting at point. Kaya Miller, ESPN top 100 recruit out of Virginia, also getting substantial minutes. And Jade Tillman knocking down the free throw. We've got a 1-point game.
Henderson breaks the press. Great find. Abdul-Rahim's there.
And that's the risk you take with the press, especially when you don't have your starters in there. That back wide open, great press break by the Mustangs.
Tillman, excellent find. Miller is off for 3. It's been a struggle in this second half. Pirates 2 of 4 from deep. They lived on threes in the first half. 3-point lead. Henderson. Open look. That's off. Tillman tips the board to Smith. Here's Miller on the run. McNeil doubled. No easy looks for Danae today with her 18. Smith. Tillman hits it. Big bucket for the freshman.
Some of these players that have been sitting on the bench all season getting an opportunity, and Tillman's going to take the charge, and she's coming to life right now.
What a sequence from this true freshman. She played 4 minutes a game entering tonight.
Oh, that's what when your opportunity happens and your number is called, you practice day in and day out, and you wait for the opportunity. And Tillman right now making the most of her minutes.
Good active hands from SMU's Denavia Hall. Let's see if East Carolina can get something off in 2 seconds. This is actually, let's verify. I believe this is SMU ball. Okay, yes, it is SMU basketball.
2.6.
Much easier look now for the Mustangs. Bradley has 2 seconds.
Gotta think they're looking for a lob.
Bradley, tough catch and in! Great find to Perry, and in the third quarter. Great design by Toya Wilson in the final seconds. SMU creativity, extending the lead to 3.
And SMU soft passing wizard Don Meredith connects for 47 yards.
You guys want some close-ups?
We break barriers.
See y'all in the Cotton Bowl, and we are #1.
We build empires.
It's the grand design of Trammell Crow.
Bumble's founder, Whitney Wolfe Herd, is her name.
We host world changers.
Welcomes Dr. Martin Luther King.
All 5 living U.S. presidents.
We ignite futures.
Miss Jane Mansfield. Payne Stewart.
It's Brian Baumgartner.
It's Kathy Bates.
What will you do?
Three-point game as we enter the fourth quarter. SMU has been excellent on the offensive glass. Plus 16 in the paint, plus 10 on the offensive boards. And every time ECU's made a run, SMU, Debbie, has come right back to take the lead.
They have, and I think for this final stanza, we're going to have to see who does a better job taking care of the ball. Turnovers have hurt both teams today. And then who's going to own the glass? Because it's certainly been SMU that has been dominating the offensive boards.
This game summary brought to you by Grady White Boats. SMU plus 8 in the third quarter, with Embry doing the work down low. 14 off the bench. Here's Young in an ISO game. That rattles out. Good look to start the fourth quarter. Danae McNeil with 18 for the Pirates, leading the charge. A one-woman wrecking crew.
We haven't seen Mai join her for quite some time. She's been a big part of the offense and defense of this East Carolina team, but the decision by the coaching staff to keep her on the bench gives some other players some opportunity to see what they can do out there.
Here's a tussle for the boards, and Perry comes out with it. You're right, Joyner's yet to score today. Another tip ball, and Smith saves it. McNeil with the turnover.
Great hustle by Bobby Smith, and those are the kind of effort plays that East Carolina is going to need if they want to win this one. McNeil calling for the high screen. She does such a great job operating off the screen. She loves that step through. So hard to guard.
20 points for McNeil. Playing a little hero ball in this second half.
I wonder if you'll just see East Carolina go that high ball screen for McNeil. If SMU stays in man, even against the zone, it's effective.
Here's Perry, enters the lane. SMU's done a nice job breaking down the zone today. Nearly 30 points in the paint. Nice ball. Chandler is fouled. First foul of the quarter.
This great hustle here by Bobby Smith into McNeil. She comes off that high screen. She loves that step through, the little floater.
That's old school moves in the lane right there. Clock resets to 20. Chandler catch and shoot. Just off. And a foul on Miller, banging bodies with Bradley. But this is where SMU, Debbie's been special on the glass.
Reagan Bradley, she's, what is she, 5'8", 5'7", and she comes sneaking in from the weak side. And, the SMU's guards do a really good job crashing the boards, giving themselves another opportunity. Possessions are going to be so big down the stretch here. Who can create extra possessions for themselves?
More size as Mosley replaces Miller. SMU plus 10 on the O boards. Good hands, McNeil. Danae's been a wrecking crew to the bucket and fouled. Goes hard into the camera op. And free throws here for McNeil.
And I like how Young goes right over and helps her up. I love that sportsmanship. It's good defensive play to break up that transition bucket. And Young turns it over, throws it right at McNeil. And fair play right there, and Young the first one over there to help Danae McNeil up.
Love to see that in a competitive game like this. So Raheem exits, Embry comes in. Danae McNeil, top 5 scorer in this conference coming in, now has 21.
75% free throw shooter.
Is this the type of game as a coach where you let Danae cook the rest of this fourth quarter?
As much as you coach, you'd want to have the ball in her hands and just let her go to work. She's so tough to guard one-on-one.
Danae has played all but 1 minute in this game, and it'd be hard to see her coming out anytime soon.
Well, and she makes good decisions because of her experience. She takes care of the ball better than most of her teammates that are on the floor right now. I like the ball in her hands down the stretch.
Active defense here from the Pirates. Good steal. McNeil has it up to Mosley. Smith, what a find! McNeil, count it! Everything going the Pirates' way on that possession.
And that's Pirate basketball, creating offense with your defense. It all started with Morgan Mosley at the top of that zone, and then Bobby Smith gets on the floor, kicks it out to Danae McNeil, and McNeil with the crazy, crafty finish over the shoulder.
8-ball corner pocket. Oh, 24, and McNeil's still moving. Yeah, I think Kid McNeil's going to leave the ball in Danae's hands the rest of this game. Give her 25. Maya Joyner yet to score in this game. 2 guards out for the year. This is the Danae McNeil performance ECU needs.
Well, and right now, coaching staff's just trying to make decisions about what lineups work best in what situations. And this lineup seems to be doing well for East Carolina, letting Jade Tillman, the freshman, get a chance to play the 4.
Abdur-Rahim down low. A foul on the drive. Bobby Smith the reach in.
They've been doing that post-to-post pass all day. It goes to the block, and then the high post dives. East Carolina broke it up, but they got called for the foul.
Look at the activity of the coach, Kid McNeil. She wants this one to snap a 3-game losing streak.
3 fouls for the Pirates right now, 2 for the Mustangs.
Could be a free throw game here late in Greenville. Young, 1v1. So tough to stop. That time a defensive stand.
Nice job by Weiss to just stand straight up and force a really tough shot. Young demanding the basketball. She's going to take over like McNeil does.
Embry fouled, and Weiss called for it. That's her 4th. Both Weiss sisters have 4.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. Both Weisses, both of your 6'3" kids have 4 fouls. We'll see what Coach McNeil decides to do here. Does she just keep her in the game? Does she put Mai back in? And she does. She tells Mai, she gives her a talking. She tells her she needs to play smart. She needs to take care of the ball. She needs to play with energy. She needs to play with toughness.
Pretty empty on the stat column. No points, 4 rebounds for Joyner today, who was 2 assists shy of a triple-double on Wednesday.
Yeah, she's been a big scorer and a big defensive presence for East Carolina all season, but it was Tati Weiss. She just gave them some really good minutes in this game. This is Joyner's opportunity to come in and make a major impact. She's one of the best players on the floor. 7.5 minutes to show it.
What a performance from Embry today. 15 and 7 for SMU. But misses the second free throw. Now it's McNeil. She's been cooking all quarter. Little friendly on the spin. Here's Young. Transition moment. Young draws the foul. And it's free throws the rest of the game now for SMU.
And this looks like this is going to be the Young McNeil back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Put the ball in the hands of your best player, of your leading scorer. Just like Danae McNeil, as you see Bobby Smith there riding her hip. She does such a great job attacking in transition. We said she's one of the top in the country getting herself to the free throw line.
Now 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Young top 5 in the American in free throw attempts. And it's a little different story in the stat sheet, but both players have taken over in the second half, Debbie.
And both have the ability to take over.
Young, 125 free throw attempts. That's top 10 in the country behind Maura Braun.
Another great rebound. Back-to-back rebounds by Mai Joyner. 2-3 zone for SMU.
Forcing the Pirates into 15 three-point attempts and a reach-in foul on Abdur-Rahim. That's her 3rd. And the one with more than 3, though, for SMU.
Good job by Jade Tillman, just getting good position and drawing that foul.
Big minutes for Jade Tillman off the bench. 5 points, all in the second half. Here's Bobby Smith. Good hands by Bradley, and picked her pocket for the over and back. Active defensively, SMU.
Bobby Smith, she's got to squeeze that ball.
Now the refs are talking about this.
And see if it was deflected by SMU. SMU touched it last, and the over the back call shouldn't stand. But Bobby Smith with that ball in her hands at the top of the key, she's got to get her elbows out and hang on to it.
Would that be a jump ball then, essentially? I guess it depends how they rule this. Okay, the referees are walking over to review, and it's ruled East Carolina ball. So the over and back is overturned, if you will.
Coach McNeil going with Bobby Smith at the point. Tillman on the wing at the 3, My Joyner in the paint, and Bobby Smith with the travel, and Janae McNeil with the frustration. And I just really wonder.
And as SMU would say, the ball don't lie there.
Well, and I just wonder if you put Janae McNeil at the point and let her run some dribble options, see what she can do to operate up there and just cut down on those turnovers.
East Carolina with 22 turnovers today. Young blows by Tillman and heads to the free throw line. Now this is where Young has been amazing. Almost 130 free throw attempts this year. She is a tough matchup.
Well, Young's going to attack the basket every time she touches the ball. We have a little changing of the guard here. Bobby Smith is going to take a seat, and Karina Gordon is going to come in and run the point, the freshman. She's been doing a decent job, and we said she's a shooter, but these are clutch minutes now with a 2-point lead for ECU.
Tierra Young continues to attack at the free throw line. She's 3 of 5 today.
Yeah, Danae McNeil and Morgan Mosley here. They can't be frustrated. They have to lead and encourage their teammates, their seniors, graduate student. Talk to your young players. Keep them going. Great job by Young.
2 for 2. Second in the country behind Angel Reese in free throw attempts. And it's the McNeil versus Young battle.
It's really, what can East Carolina do in the half court? You know, their bread and butter is transition, creating offense with defense, but are they able to score against this half court zone?
Tillman, nice pass. Here's Joyner. Mosley for 3, breaks down the defense. Third 3 for Mosley.
We saw it at the beginning of the game. That was a huge bucket for Morgan Mosley, her third trifecta of the game.
Abdur Rahim, great pass. Embry, though, lost it, and it's 21 turnovers for SMU.
Good patience on offense. Ball goes into Tillman. She finds Mosley, spotted up behind the line. My Joyner hits double team, kicks it out. Buckets.
8 triples. The Pirates have used that against the zone. Now a steal. Young. Step through, Young misses. Tip drill to Bradley. Mustangs reset. Embry, good move in space. Rolls out. Oh, board, loose. There's Joyner. Joyner, nice ball. Gordon resets. It's East Carolina +6 in the quarter. Way off for 3. And out of bounds. What do you want to see here if you're Toya Wilson offensively for SMU?
A good possession. I want to give it to Young. I mean, she's been doing it every single time, but you don't want a turnover. You want a shot. A shot, not a turnover, and a good shot.
SMU
dribble
0
entry.
for 5 shooting in the quarter. Perry. Down low, Embry. Rahim, shot fake, Rahim in! Huge bucket, Amir Abdur-Rahim.
It's a great job getting the ball inside. It was so effective for them, that interior post passing in the first half, and we hadn't seen it in a while. Beautiful job by the post players of SMU.
30 points in the paint, SMU. Joyner, great hezzy, and a block. Abdur-Rahim, the swat. And immediate timeout. We got a barn burner here in Greenville. 1-point game. Young versus McNeil. All on the line here in Greenville. East Carolina up 1, 8 3-pointers tonight, Debbie. That's been huge offensive.
It's what's kept them in the game, and we've seen them from McNeil, we've seen them from Mosley, we've seen long-range ones from Gordon, and it's really been the Pirates' bread and butter this evening. And in opposition for SMU, it's been interior passing and interior play, as SMU has 30 points in the paint and 19 offensive rebounds.
The most threes the Pirates have made since January 2nd. That was their last home win in the conference. 1-point lead. McNeil cooking with 25 for ECU today. Clock to 6. Here's McNeil. What does she have left? Danae into traffic with a foul. And free throws here, Danae McNeil.
That's creating something out of nothing, and that's just like undisciplined defense right there. You had her deep in the shot clock. You just put your hands straight up, but Danae McNeil does a great job drawing fouls.
22,
Danae McNeil herself, 75% from the line, gets to the line almost 8 times a game.
She's 8 for 8 right now. These are big-time shots. Every point's going to count. Every possession is going to count down the stretch here.
Makes both. 3-point lead. Remember, SMU only 1 3-pointer tonight. They've lived in the paint. 30 points down there.
East Carolina staying in the matchup zone.
Bradley. Abdul-Rahim. Tripped. Young makes it 1.
Wow, what a pass by Abdul-Rahim. Like looking for the high-low, and Young sneaks in on the backside and gets that layup. Beautiful assist.
14 assists for SMU. Here's Joyner. Scoreless tonight. Joyner continues. Now it's the Mustangs.
I like the take, though, by Mai there. It's a little higher up over the rim.
Young, tough move. That's a blocking foul. And Weish has fouled out. And Young fell down hard.
And that's a tough call for East Carolina. It's Talia Weish.
That basket.
That's Young on the previous play, just sneaking in the backside, and she gets up, hobbles up. She fell hard.
Hit the floor right away. Good to see Young get back up. 15 points for Tierra Young, the 5th-year senior, playing in her 150th game today. And as Weish is fouled out, the 2 big post players for ECU each have 4, with now Tatiana coming in. Free throws 7 and 8 for Tierra Young. So far, so good. Playing with a bad knee and all.
$25 bench points today for the Mustangs.
Tierra Young gives SMU the lead. 17 for Young.
This one just continues to go back and forth.
3 lead changes. SMU hasn't led since early in the first half. Smith draws the foul. Now in a battle of free throws, both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. No field goals in 3 minutes. It's up to the free throw shooting here of East Carolina.
Bobby Smith, she's a 57% free throw shooter. She's only taken 21 on the year. So it may not be the most accurate statistic, but let's see what she can do here when it's crunch time.
Looks good on the first one. 40 combined free throw attempts tonight.
3rd point for Bobby Smith on the day.
Now to give her Pirate team the lead. A lane violation on Mosley. You can't do that this late in the game. Let's see if that point play is costly, Coach.
But you got to go next play here, okay? Mistake, move on. You got a game to win.
Tie game, 3 minutes to go. Bradley, good switch.
Man to man for the Pirates right now.
Here's Young.
McNeil and Young matched up one-on-one.
Young blows by, layup, blocking foul. Good footwork by Mosley, making up for the mistake.
Well, and this is what Morgan Mosley does best. She is the master of taking the charge. She sees it coming. She gets those feet set. She's in position. She knows how to do it, and she does it well.
Morgan Mosley, 50 charges in her East Carolina career. Here's Joyner. What a find, Smith! Free throws coming up.
And I like that play into the high post, and Bobby Smith cutting hard off the high post. Little handoff by my. Bobby Smith gets her right back to the free throw line.
3 points tonight for Smith. And now a sub in for SMU. That's TK Pitts.
Sophomore transfer from Oklahoma.
East Carolina 15 of 20 from the line. And that continues.
Bobby Smith looking good from the free throw line.
Pirates enter this game 285th in the country at making free throws. This is a critical spot offensively. Now to extend this 1-point lead. Pirates perfect in the quarter from the line, 8 for 8.
Morgan Mosley holding up her fist. Looks like the Pirates are going to stay in man-to-man defense here. McNeil and Young matched up.
Embry, what a position! This game is tied.
Great job, and they read that defense. They cleared out the weak side. They isolated Embry on the low block, and she finished for her team.
35 points in the paint for SMU. Here's Joyner. Nice ball. Weish threw it away. Embry the steal. Here's Young. 15 in the second half. Final 2 minutes here in Greenville. Bradley down to 10. Pitts. Gotta go. And traveled. SMU with its 23rd turnover.
You just see how the weak side is cleared out. And Embry gets great position and she finishes, gets her defender on her back, and just continues to be a star for her team. We're under 2 minutes. We've got a tie game. Every possession counts.
Mosley.
Man-to-man for SMU.
Joyner. No field goals in 4 minutes for East Carolina. McNeil changes that.
Joyner is a scorer, but she is also a very good passer, and they have worked that combination before with that back cut on the baseline by McNeil. The great pass by Joyner for the go-ahead bucket.
Bradley enters. Abdur-Rahim stripped by Smith.
Bobby Smith needs to take her time here. That's exactly. Bring this ball out. You don't have anything. Get a good look at the basket. Take care of the ball. Danae McNeil being guarded by TK Pitts.
Final minute. Here's McNeil sitting on 29. McNeil blocked. And a foul on the drive.
And it's an interesting call to go man-to-man here because Danae McNeil is so good one-on-one, and you watch that back cut. She just gets behind Pitts and finishes at the rim with the great pass by Joyner.
McNeil is perfect from the line today, 9 for 9.
No two bigger free throws than these two.
Give Danae 30 points for the third time this year.
Money in the bank for her.
Absolutely clutch in this second half. 15 for McNeil. Give her 16 in the second half. And a timeout SMU. 57 seconds left. Do you play for the three? Is there time for the two here?
Plenty of time. Plenty of time to attack the basket. Either going to Young and having her attack the basket, or you're going back to your post game. Embry's had a lot of success. Abdur-Rahim is good around the rim. He's got to do something going to the rim.
And the second chance points, 13 of them for SMU. Big defensive possession on the boards for ECU.
Regardless of the shot, you know every SMU player is going to be crashing that rim. East Carolina that shot goes up, but smart defense, no stupid fouls. When that shot goes up, you have got to find a body, box out, and get this ball back. You've got a 2-possession game right now.
SMU with 19 offensive rebounds has stayed in it on the glass. And East Carolina, a team that was near the bottom in free throws, 19 of 24 today, Deb.
Two things that they're interesting in: 3-point shots, right, and free throws. And both of them they've excelled at today. 8 for 16 from behind the arc, 79% from the free throw line. It's been the 25 turnovers that have really hurt them, but SMU's had 24 turnovers.
And East Carolina switched to man defense the last 3 possessions. That started to cause trouble for SMU recently.
Just sometimes changing looks, mixing it up a little bit, and sometimes it's hard with East Carolina to tell what they're in because their matchup looks so much like a man-to-man sometimes, but it's hard to run man offenses against the matchup. So I like the mixing of the defenses.
Top scorer in the league, Tierra Young, has it with 17 today. And playing with 4 fouls here in the final minute. Reagan Bradley. Guarded by Mosley. Chandler. Open 3. Way off. Rebound Smith. And now the foul game. McNeil poked. And that's probably not the player you want to foul if you're SMU.
Yeah, you might have wanted to wait for one more pass, and that sent Danae McNeil to the line. But and that was an interesting shot choice. I mean, clearly that was the play that was run to knock down the 3. And here's Danae McNeil, 18 points a game on the season tonight, 31, getting ready to make it 33. And we said, Evan, at halftime, you know, she's going to have the ball in her hands more. And she put her team on her back. She wanted the ball. She wanted to score.
Has her season average in this half alone. 17, make it 18 in the second half, and a timeout SMU.
She does a great job taking care of the ball, and at her time where the team was turning the ball over, she gives them ball security.
3-game losing streak for ECU coming in. This 6-0 run, what's been the difference down the stretch for the Pirates?
They took care of the ball. And, you know, they made good decisions, even that pass from My Joyner to Danae McNeil. And Danae McNeil has been the focal point of the offense. The ball in her hands, you feel a lot better.
33 points for McNeil. And Tierra Young's been excellent tonight. Just not enough down the stretch, and SMU will need more of her in these next 40 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left in this game, and you can count on Tierra Young being a part of this down the stretch. She's great at getting to the line, and her team has shown they can crash the offensive boards. This game is far from over.
8 free throw attempts for Young.
For East Carolina right now, Mosley's a 57% free throw shooter. Weish is a 71% free throw shooter. Bobby Smith is a 57% free throw shooter. So, you know, if the ball does go back to East Carolina, foul anybody.
There's the ball.
But don't foul Danae McNeil.
Here's Amaya Joyner. Now the foul game. So Joyner, who has yet to score today, heads to the free throw line.
Maya Joyner's only a 62% free throw shooter. So, you know,
if you're Coach Wilson, you like that foul.
You like everybody on the floor except Danae McNeil. Foul someone else.
Where the Pirates have been perfect in this quarter, 12 for 12 at the line. And that continues.
Big, big shot for Joyner.
Who becomes the 7th Pirate to score today.
And she makes it a 3-possession game.
Misses the second. SMU's got to go. Bradley down 7. That looks way off. Offensive board. Embry back up and fouled. Free throws here for the Mustangs. This has been the saving grace for SMU. 20 offensive rebounds.
Well, Embry's been everywhere today. She's got 17 points and 9 rebounds. 4 fouls. But, man, she's worked for it. She has been a physical presence down low, willing her team to win, shooting over 50% from the floor.
This free throw will give Embry a new career high as a Mustang.
Still plenty of time. SMU can go into a press here. Coach Kim, she can call timeout. If this is a make, advance the ball, talk to her team. She's got 4 timeouts left.
Out of timeouts on the other end. They can't advance the ball here. Huge free throw for Embry. 5-point game. And a timeout for the Pirates. You've noted the trust in McNeil. Who else do you want your hand on the basketball here late, Debbie?
Someone who can shoot free throws. Because that ball is going to come in, and SMU has got to foul immediately. They probably go for a quick trap and they could try to trap and try to steal the pass out of the trap, but otherwise they've got to foul quickly. So you want to try to get this ball into the hands of Danae McNeil.
In that fourth quarter, East Carolina heated up from the field, Debbie.
Yeah, Morgan Mosley just igniting her team with that three, but again, down low in the paint today has been the sweet spot for SMU. And Mai Joyner with this great pass to Danae McNeil really got the fans to their feet and gave the East Carolina the go-ahead momentum to get where they are right now.
Both teams with 15 assists. The real difference tonight, East Carolina +5 at the free throw line in a 5-point game.
Tillman's back in the game. Get a little stack here for McNeil. Bobby Smith.
Both top scorers excellent at the line. McNeil goes to the bucket. That's on the floor. Nope, on the floor. So free throws here for Danae, who's almost done everything perfect.
I like the play call. Beautiful curl cut.
33 points and counting for Danae.
This can extend it to a 3-possession game as well, as this clock starts to not become SMU's friend.
34 for McNeil.
Wow, it's so pretty. 13 for 13 from the free throw line.
That ties her season best.
I'll make that 14 for 14, and this is 15 for 15. Wow.
Nothing but net, and 35 for McNeil. And think about that, 35 of 68, that's half their team scoring.
But right now, while her team's finding its way, that's what they're gonna, I think they've shown that that's what they're gonna need from her. Young players are inconsistent. She's consistent.
Last chance for Bradley. That three is off. Offensive board, how about that? No. And Joyner will wrap things up after a jump ball gives East Carolina possession. And down the stretch, Debbie, the difference in this game is ECU free throw shooting. I wouldn't have expected that coming in as a team at 65%.
They've really, like their three-point shooting and their free throw shooting today.
SMU will host Temple, and then a tough game at Rice, who's 4-1 in the league. But tonight, it was East Carolina, led by Danae McNeil's 35, snapping a 3-game losing streak, and the Pirates are back to 3-3 in the conference. Debbie, how about Danae McNeil today? 35 points and excelled in that second half.
You know, Coach McNeil telling us her team's trying to find a way to win in their new roles, and what that's going to take for a while is a player like Danae McNeil to step up and take a lot of shots and have a big game. 35 points, perfect from the free throw line. She was stellar, and that just shows you what a great player she is. She put her team on her back and willed them to win. This is a big win for East Carolina.
That is a new career high, 35 for Danae. And the Pirates needed every point. They outscored SMU by 10 in the fourth quarter. So East Carolina back in the hunt at 3-3. SMU drops to 2-5, and these teams will reunite February 24th. And Debbie, what a performance today by Danae.
Danae is coming over to visit with us. She's trying to figure out how to put her headset on. It is tricky. There you go.
Maybe the only thing Danae didn't do perfectly today was put on the headset. Danae, we're rolling some of your highlights from this game, but for your ability to make 15 of 15 free throws, what allowed you to lock in and make those buckets?
Just we work on free throws every day, so that's something. I'm shooting about 100 free throws every day, so I work on that.
Danae, you're such an unselfish player, but are you starting to understand right now with the injuries that you have to be a little more selfish? I mean, it was so exciting to see you take a little control today.
It's just my teammates and my coaches wanting to give me the ball, of course, and just making things happen and trusting in me, believing in me.
What made the difference in this game? How did you guys pull ahead?
Just defense. That's something that we always work on, and then just offensively, knocking down the shots.
Yeah, defense looked much better today, and I think you've had great patience with the young players that are coming in, and so is the coaching staff, and it's nice to see your team take the next step. What does the rest of the season look like for you game by game?
Just taking it one at a time and just doing what we do defensively and just knocking down shots offensively, looking for each other.
Congrats on the new career high, Danae. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job today.
Thank you.
What a day here in Greenville. It was a battle through 4 quarters. Danae McNeil Company with her new career high of 35. make the difference. This was a frantic Saturday in the American. For our wonderful crew led by Riley Callahan, our producer, for Debbie Taylor, I'm Evan Budrovich. We say goodbye from Greenville as the Pirates get back in the win column.